The 20th anniversary of Jot's video. Raji woke up feeling weird. His breakfast had been a questionable choice, a bizarre mix of peanut butter, pickles, and cold spaghetti stuffed into a sandwich. Mikey had watched in horror as Raji devoured it without hesitation. "You're gonna regret that," Mikey muttered. Raji waved him off. "I have an important mission today." Mikey squinted. "What mission?" Raji grinned. "I'm going to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Jot's legendary video." Mikey blinked. "Wait, you mean that ancient me at the zoo video?" "Exactly." Mikey sighed. "And how is that a mission?" Raji stood up dramatically. "I must spread awareness." Mikey raised an eyebrow. "Okay, but why do you look so intense?" Raji smirked. "Because today, I'm taking a plane to school." Silence. Mikey shook his head. "I hope you mean a normal school bus." Raji grabbed his backpack. "Nope. Private plane." Mikey gasped. "Wait, you actually booked a flight for school travel?" Raji shrugged. "Obviously. How else would I celebrate the most important anniversary in internet history?" Mikey groaned. "This is stupid." But minutes later, Raji was boarding a small private plane, waving at Mikey like a celebrity. The pilot raised an eyebrow. "Where to, kid?" Raji crossed his arms. "To school. But make it legendary." Mikey sat at his desk, his stomach growling like a wild animal. He had made a critical mistake. He had forgotten to eat before the final exam. His brain refused to function, and the test questions blurred together. Why is math so difficult? On an empty stomach, he whispered weakly. Raji, sitting beside him, grinned. "Rookie mistake, Mikey. You should always prepare for battle." Mikey glared. "Shut up. You always snack before a test." Raji smirked. "Exactly. Because I'm a genius." Then disaster struck. Raji casually pulled out his phone during the exam. Mikey's eyes widened. "Dude," Mikey whispered, panicked. "You cannot do that right now." Raji shrugged. "Relax. I'm not cheating, I'm celebrating history." Mikey blinked. "What does that mean?" Raji pulled up Jot's me at the zoo video and nodded in appreciation. 20 years, Raji whispered. "A true masterpiece." Mikey groaned. "We're literally gonna get detention." Just then the teacher spotted Raji's phone. "Raji," the teacher shouted. "What are you doing?" Raji slowly looked up, completely unfazed. "I am paying my respects to the greatest video of all time." Mikey slapped his forehead. "We're doomed." Raji was buzzing with excitement. The 20th anniversary of Jot's iconic video Me at the Zoo was supposed to be a legendary moment. But then tragedy struck. As he tapped on the YouTube app, the screen froze. Then a horrible error message appeared. YouTube is temporarily unavailable. Please try again later. Raji's soul left his body. "No. No. No," he shrieked. Mikey peered over his shoulder. "Oh, dude. That's rough. This cannot be happening." Raji yelled, dramatically falling to his knees. He tried refreshing. Restarting the app. restarting his phone. Then he tried restarting his life. Nothing worked. The celebration was ruined. Mikey sighed. Guess you'll have to wait until tomorrow. No. Raji leaped to his feet. I must fix this. Mikey raised an eyebrow. You're gonna fix YouTube? Raji nodded. Exactly. Mikey groaned. You've officially lost it. Phase 1, the emergency party plan. If Raji couldn't watch the video online, he had to honor it another way. And that meant a full-scale party. This is ridiculous, Mikey muttered, watching Raji set up balloons, streamers, and a massive Me at the Zoo tribute sign. Raji wasn't listening. He was in his element. I need a cake shaped like Jod's face, he declared. Mikey choked. You're asking for a human face-shaped cake? Raji pointed dramatically. For history? Yes. Mikey sighed. This is beyond stupid. Phase 2, the invitation disaster. Raji texted everyone he knew. Emergency celebration. 20 years of Me at the Zoo. Show up or be a disgrace. Mikey frowned. That's aggressive. Raji smirked. I have high standards. The responses poured in. Bro, are you okay? Jod doesn't even know you exist. What are you talking about? Is this a prank? Mikey snickered. Looks like nobody cares. Raji glared. They don't appreciate history. Then one final response arrived. Fine. We'll come. But if this party sucks, we're leaving in 5 minutes. Raji grinned. Challenge accepted. Phase 3, the party begins. Raji's house was packed with confused guests. Music blared. The Jod tribute sign stood proudly in the living room. Mikey whispered to Raji, people are only here for free food. I knew that, Raji muttered. Then the moment of truth arrived. Raji stood on the table, raising his arms. Ladies and gentlemen. Silence. He cleared his throat. Tonight, we celebrate a masterpiece. A legend. The first ever YouTube video. A few people clapped half-heartedly. Mikey whispered, this is so awkward. Raji ignored him. I present to you the video itself. He clicked play on his phone. And the app crashed again. Silence. Mikey collapsed in laughter. Raji stared at the frozen screen. His life was a failure. Phase 4, the grand escape. People started leaving immediately. Worst party ever, one guy muttered. Mikey patted Raji's shoulder. This might be your most embarrassing moment. Raji sighed. I need to move to a new city. As the last guest walked out, Raji collapsed onto the couch, staring at the ceiling. Then his phone buzzed. YouTube was back online. Mikey gasped. Oh, wow. Now it works? Raji whispered, dead inside. I wasted everything. Mikey grinned. At least you learned something. Raji blinked. Did I? Mikey shrugged. No. Not at all. And with that, the greatest failed party in history came to an end. Just as Raji was recovering from his failed party, Dad's voice boomed through the house. Raji! Come downstairs. Now! Mikey snickered. Oh, you're in trouble. Raji groaned, dragging himself downstairs where Dad held up his final exam results. A massive F was printed on the page. Dad crossed his arms. Explain. Raji gulped. That's an abbreviation for fantastic, right? Dad glared. It means you failed. Mom sighed. How did Mikey get an A, but she pointed at the horrific letter, ended up with this? Mikey grinned. Because I actually studied instead of throwing a party for a random internet anniversary. Raji collapsed onto the table, defeated. Dad sighed. That's it. You're grounded. Raji gasped. What? That's unfair. Mom smiled sweetly. No YouTube, no video games, and no more ridiculous celebrations. Mikey patted Raji's shoulder. At least you made history as the first person to get grounded over me at the zoo. Raji groaned. Worst day ever.